Hey there, I'm Chris Ponick, Certified Public Accountant, Certified Coach, and the host of the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast. And I want to welcome you to this new series that I'm doing on this podcast. My intention is to drop one of these additional episodes every Monday while I continue to provide you with the regular Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast episodes, which will continue to help you take control of and understand your business finances with topics that ultimately impact your bottom line. I have many business owners, accountants, and other high-stress professionals who listen to this podcast, and I want to get more help out there for individuals like you when it comes to mastering your mindset. I'll be taking a few moments each week to touch on topics that many high-stress professionals are dealing with and provide solutions to help you increase your overall well-being. Because I know your time is valuable, just like the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast, my goal is to keep these episodes short and straight to the point, but full of useful information to help you succeed in not only your professional life, but your personal life as well. Is your goal to create more happiness in your life? So many of us are on the search for happiness that we forget about so many of the other emotions that allow us to be the person we are. They allow us to grow and gain a different perspective on life. They allow us to expand and experience our feelings on a much deeper level. If you've been thinking you only want to experience happiness in your life, you might be surprised to learn why it's so important to experience the contrast of emotions. Let's dive in. How do you define happiness in your life? Is it having a job that you enjoy? Is it living in the house that you've been dreaming of? Maybe you have a vision of what your family needs to look like to be happy. Is it a certain amount of money that defines how happy you are? Could it be doing a specific activity or who you're doing that activity with? How often do you think you should be feeling happy in your life? Do you want to be happy all of the time? Or do you think that you should be happy at least half the time? I think these are all really good questions to ask yourself to find out what it would take to make you happy. Or, if you're searching for happiness, what you need to find to obtain that happiness. What if we all lived lives that were filled with happiness? It sounds like it would be a perfect life, doesn't it? Well, I want you to look a little deeper. If your life was filled with happiness and there was no contrast, how much growth would you experience in your life? There would be no reason to improve, and what about that contrast? If you were happy all of the time, you wouldn't experience any sadness. At first, you may think that it's a good thing, but maybe it isn't. If you'd like to continue listening to the rest of this podcast, I invite you to sign up for my free private podcast, where I do a deeper dive into this topic on the Mastering Your Mindset Moments podcast for high-stress professionals. When you're busy working in a high-stress profession, it's often hard to accomplish what you truly want in your life. This private podcast offers solutions that you can immediately apply to your life so that you can not only achieve your goals, but increase your sense of purpose, satisfaction, and lead a more fulfilling and enjoyable life. You can sign up at financialadventure.com/private to hear about the solutions that I provide on this topic. I'll post links to this and other valuable resources for business owners, accountants, and other high-stress professionals where you're listening to this podcast.